Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Divine, and today we're going to be checking out housing in New World. Now, I wanted to make this video because I know a lot of people have been asking questions about it because either they didn't play the beta, have enough money, or get enough leveling done to see how the housing works, so I decided to make this video explaining it in a little bit more detail for you guys. Alright, so jumping straight in, what can a house do for you? Well, there are actually a few things that are really beneficial with the house, but one of the best parts is going to be gaining that extra teleport. So one thing to note with the teleport is that it can range from a 4-hour cooldown to a 2-hour cooldown depending on which house you do purchase, but even if there is a cooldown going on, you can actually spend Azoth to reset the cooldown, and the great part about this is it's not even that expensive. Now during the beta it was costing me between about 20 and 40 Azoth to reset this cooldown, which is really not that much at all. Honestly, you could go out and kill some monsters and hopefully get that 10 Azoth from that. You could do some quests in the main storyline, that gives you a lot of Azoth, or you could have Azoth attunement on your tools like the sickle. You could go find some herbs like that and gain Azoth really quickly as well. So I think being able to have a teleport, even if you have to reset it constantly with the Azoth, it's still well worth it. Alright, so the second bonus with the houses that you're going to get is actually the ability to put up trophies. Now, a lot of people have posted videos about all the different kinds of trophies and stuff like that, but you can't do anything with them if you don't own a house. And these things are global buffs, so if you're getting like things like luck trophies or anything like that, they can be very beneficial to you. There's also ones that allow you to do more damage to certain mob types and things like that. So just be on the lookout for these, and you'll want to be able to get some of these in your house as soon as possible. Alright, for the last bonus, that is going to be adding more storage to your house. So that's done through these storage chests, which you can see have different tier levels of them, and they can add quite a bit of extra storage, especially if you're out in the world gathering, doing anything really. Basically, everything costs weight, and you're going to want to have as much storage as possible, whether that be, expanding your storage shed, your storage chest in your house, or even the storage on your person. Alright, so you might be asking yourself, how do I own a house? Now there's a couple different factors, but the first one is going to be combat level. Now you can own a maximum of 3 houses in this game, and the first one comes around when you hit level 15 that allows you to purchase your first home. The second home you need to be level 35, and the third house you need to be level 55. But this isn't the only level that you need to be able to purchase a house. You also need territory standing, and territory standing is really going to depend on what kind of house you want to purchase. So let's look at the differences between the houses themselves. So up here we have the differences in all the houses between tier 1 and tier 4. So there are tier 2 and tier 3 as well. But we can see that these houses are going to range between 5,000 and 20,000 gold. Your fast travel cooldown is going to range from that 4 hours to 2 hours. And the territory standing requirements is going to be between level 10 and level 30. So the most expensive house will make you get level 30 territory standing in that territory to purchase a house. So this can be a big limiting factor of what house you're going to be able to purchase. Even if you have the 20,000 gold, you still might not have the right levels to purchase the home. So just be aware of that. Alright, so continuing on with some of the differences, now you're going to see max house items is going to range from 100 to 200, so that's just going to be your decorations of your house itself. Max storage items, which is the big one that's going to allow you to have more storage if you put these in your house, is going to range between the ability to put 1 to 4 of these. And then you're going to see max pets and max lights that you can have in your house for more decorations. So that's not it for the house differences. Now the last one is going to be house placement and house look. So what do you want your house to look like? Do you want to spend the extra money to make it look nice? Do you want more money because it has a better location in the map? So as you can see up here, I'm having all the different maps of all 4 starting areas, and actually it shows all the different tiers of houses that are for sale. And there's a lot of houses to choose from, guys, especially if you only want to go with the tier 1 house. One thing to note though is Everfall does not have a tier 1 house, so this can be a little bit annoying, especially if that is your starting location, because your cheapest house there is going to be 10,000 gold. Now, one thing I do want to explain though is for your first house purchase, it is going to be 50% off, and use this purchase wisely, because I have seen a lot of misinformation about this. People have said that if you purchase a house, you can actually abandon the house and get the discount back, but this is not the case. So you do want to make sure that you're utilizing this first discount of 50% off wisely. Also note with this discount is you're also going to get a 50% cut off of your first week's taxes as well. So this does not mean that your taxes for the life of the house are half off. It's only for the first time payment. So more on the subject of taxes, it is something you do want to be aware of when you're making the purchase, because it can be an added cost, especially if you think that you can get, the highest level house, the 20,000 house, and you're like, okay, I've got the levels, I've got the cash. The upkeep on the taxes can actually be kind of brutal, because the controlling faction of the territory can raise house taxes as well. So it can be a very added big cost, but don't fear if you cannot pay the taxes on a house. Now, what happens if you don't pay the taxes? Well, you lose the ability to use any of the trophy buffs in your house, and you also lose the ability to utilize the teleport until you pay those taxes. But you don't lose the house, so don't fear if you don't play for like a week or two and you're just like, oh no, like I need to get back to my house. You can go back, but you do have to physically run there or teleport to the city and go into your house and actually pay the taxes from there. Now, how do you actually purchase the house in New World? So what we're going to do is we're going to go find the plot that we want to purchase, and then you're going to actually hit T on the keyboard. Now, this is actually going to bring up the purchase menu and show you the different buffs that the house actually has. So don't feel like you're going to purchase the house right away just hitting T. This is actually where it's going to show you the cooldown timers, how much it is, how much the taxes are on the house. So it gives you a little bit better of a window and understanding of what the house in particular has to offer for you. And on a quick side note, I do want to make sure that you guys know that you can purchase any house in New World and they are instanced to you. So even if everybody in New World owned the same house, you guys can all own the same house in the city. So don't feel like you have to go searching for a house because everyone else bought them. You can own any house in any city as long as you have the proper leveling and cash. Alright, so back to the purchase window. Now, if everything seems great, you can go ahead and purchase your house. And another thing to note about the taxes is the first week taxes are already paid, so you don't have to worry about paying those for another 7 days. And alright guys, it's really that easy to own a house in New World. Just make sure that you're prepared for any kind of payments that you're going to have to do. I think the taxes are the one gotcha thing that can kind of screw up if people aren't prepared for those. But that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys learned something that you possibly didn't know. Now, if you like this video, think about giving me a thumbs up on this video. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about subscribing for future content. And I will see you guys in the next one.